New Mexico CannaCast. Everything New Mexico, everything cannabis.
Woo! Welcome everybody. New Mexico CannaCast. We're gonna have a great show today. Another one. We've had multiple shows today. We're having golf.
Yeah, this is the second show today. We're probably gonna lose track.
Definitely losing track. But anyways, I'm Josh, your garden gnome, having a good time here in Las Cruces. We got exciting things to tell you. We got IT Jesus. Love the hair for a little bit, guys, because guess what? Tell him, IT Jesus. Tell him.
So what's up, everybody? It's Chad here with the New Mexico CannaCast. Everything New Mexico, everything cannabis. Yeah, I'm getting my haircut tomorrow around 1 or noon or whatever. So I'm going to be doing some interviews of the day, and then I'm gonna go get a haircut and come back with no hair. So that's going to be really interesting. So that's going to be kind of funny. And you know, do what you got to do. But yeah, I set the date to cut my hair actually to April 1st when I kind of started this whole thing. So, you know, that's just kind of the date. And actually, if you see, we have a guest with us. We have Koko Dean from Fourseascannabis. Actually, they're from Las Cruces. So thank you for joining us. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, man? Before I introduce myself, dude, I'm hoping this is an April Fool's joke. You don't actually cut your hair tomorrow, because, dude, that's a pretty wicked looking mane you've got, bro. Like, I think you're gonna see a lot of sad faces when that goes away. So,
there's already a lot of sad faces.
I told him you need to put it in a mullet.
Dude, there you go.
See, he likes the mullet idea.
Oh, that's
so
great.
Go ahead and tell us about yourself and about your company. We've been running into a lot of the duos, like the couples running in the industry. So this has been great. So throw it down.
Yeah, so we're Fourseascannabis. My wife and I, we're a husband and wife team that run a photography company that shoots, you know, everything in cannabis culture. That's basically how we put it out there. Like, we shoot everything from products for dispensaries, cannabis events. We've shot, you know, up in Albuquerque, a lot of those, because we haven't had a whole lot down here to do yet. But the ones that are upcoming, we plan on being at and capturing kind of that vibe. You know, all the history of what's happening, that's exciting to us. So we just want to kind of capture everything that's happening starting April 1st. Well, we've been doing this now already a little bit over a year, but you know, we're here to capture everything, even people smoking on camera. We want to get people out and do the 420 sessions. We enjoy those a lot. And, you know, most of all, just kind of get to know the whole scene from consumer all the way up to business owner and do what we do.
Nice. Really enjoying the community, right? Bringing the community together and really documenting that in photography pretty much, it sounds like. So that's wonderful. And photography is definitely needed in the industry. And if you don't think it's needed, you're probably going to go bankrupt, just FYI. It's because it's huge. Like they say, you know, a picture's worth 1,000 words. It's actually worth, you know, thousands of dollars if you do it right. And we are in the rec market, everybody. So you sell cannabis in the rec market to make a profit. Just FYI, just disclaimer out there.
It is a competitive market now, so you gotta remember that. There's not only 30 something dispensaries now. There's going to be tons. So, you know, keep that in mind. You're competing, but, you know, you still got to work together, you know.
Right. So the camera on the flip phone ain't going to be an idea to take the photos you need of the inventory and the products you have. You know, you definitely need some professionals, you know, and I love it that we have this, you know, opportunity to talk to somebody about this, about photography in the cannabis world. And you know what I mean? And just taking pictures from the plant to the culture. You know, because like we were talking to it was the bad company. Yeah, great. Like their culture, like they have you know what I mean, that company culture, and you know what I mean. And I think pictures need to document that too, and they're you know coming up and everything, and you know like logos and everything else. You kind of get a vibe and stuff from you know what I mean, what they got going on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. The way they sell themselves, you know, to the public and everything is just, you know, really impressive to me.
Right.
I gave them kudos on it. I was like, I love your marketing.
Yeah. Because there's some companies out there that like use this one picture of this bud on every sample. Like it's every sample, or there's no picture of no bud. And I'm like,
it's like no photo.
I'm like, what am I buying? Like, what is that? No photo. And I'm worried, you know, because I've been jaded a couple of times in the market.
Oh yeah,
just a couple times. Maybe two. I don't know. But anyways, you know, you get the dust, or you get something where it sounds like, you know what I mean? It sounds so great, and you get it, and you're like, backyard boogie crossed with tumbleweed. Man,
this is what I wanted at all.
This is not what I expected out of the candy cane. You know, So no, I love it. So So you've been doing this for about a year, you said.
Yeah.
Well, I know you earlier we talked off, you know, I mean, it was on camera, but you know, I mean, off a recording, and y'all have been in the photography world for what, 12 years and award winning. I hear.
Yeah. So
He's
I
kind of
mean,
humble. I have to pull it out of him.
Yeah, exactly.
well, I can kind of humble brag a little bit because it's, you know, my wife, she's the primary photographer and she's the real talent, truthfully. And yeah, we've been in the game since 2012 was when we officially started our original photography business. We've done everything from, you know, families to weddings, stuff like that. Melissa won best wedding photographer in New Mexico 3 years in a row. She's killer. She knows what she's doing, you know, and she's taught me everything I know. I don't think she's taught me everything she knows because she's still killing me, you know.
Yeah.
But no, dude, I mean, together we're trying to rock it, man. And we both have a real love and passion for cannabis. We think it's beautiful. We think the people in the culture are beautiful. And that's really kind of why we moved into this space. Like, yeah, there's business and there's all this stuff, but really there's a deep passion. We've, you know, been cannabis patients and users for years. And honestly, like it was a perfect space for us to get into to pursue like what we already do. It's part of our life. You know what I mean?
Oh, no. Yeah, I completely understand. You know, it's like what are those sayings they have on Facebook and Instagram? Like, you know, have a hobby that makes you money, you know, one of those things, you know, one that keeps you healthy and stuff. And so, yeah, I completely understand. Like my passion for the plant and growing. Yeah, I get it 110 because I never thought I'd be here, to say the least. So, you know, yeah, the passion, that's the only real true reason that you'll endure many things for something, you know, and then the hours and the time and the effort you'll put into it, you know, that's that I guess that's the true secret sauce in any company or any business, right? Is what you're willing to do and put into it and how much time and effort and all that good stuff, you know. And I say good stuff, there's a lot of challenges. Like most of the time you're just like, what am I doing? Why do I own my own company?
Sure.
So, all right. So you've been running around New Mexico, taking pictures and stuff for the last year, you and your wife, doing great things. Cause I check y'all out on Instagram and everything. You know, so, has it been super inviting? Like, have y'all been, you know what I mean? Like, you know, open arms, you know, pretty much.
Dude, that's been like the best thing. The answer to that is absolutely yes. Like I love everybody that we've gotten to come in contact with. You know, all my business calls, they're not like, you know, we're not like, oh, you know, please forward this email to me. Everybody's like, hey, what's up, man? Like, you know, there's a really cool just vibe that's going on in the industry. So like we get to meet a lot of interesting people. We've gotten to see a lot of really cool things, be a part of like really cool events. And yeah, everybody has been super welcoming. Like they're all really proud about what they're doing and building right now. And so it's cool like to go into their space, talk to them about it. Everybody's excited about what they're talking about. And that's been like one of the coolest things that, you know, we've gotten to experience over and over and over again wherever we go in the industry.
Oh no, definitely. And that's always great to be, you know, welcomed and everything. And I see when, you know, you guys post that you do look welcomed and everyone's happy that you're there. And I'm happy you guys are there too. You know, you guys take great photos. You know, I see your wife when she runs around the, you know, little meetings we meet over and down at Sunland Park, and, you know, she's over there taking photos, and, you know, it's just great, you know, seeing you guys, you know, in your own little environment, doing your thing, you know?
Yeah. There's a yin and yang there, dude. Like the reason why she's not on with me today, she doesn't like, you know, the talking, being on camera, like, you know, doing this kind of stuff. Like you say, she's there, she's doing her stuff. She's looking at things through her lens, you know, looking for like really cool moments and stuff. And she's super behind the scenes, but like, I wish she'd get on because she's also like really hilarious. One of these days, I think we'll get her here, dude.
No, dude, I completely understand, right? I have been working with a friend of mine, and she's the same way, like a complete ninja in her craft, right? Like just a master of what she's doing, really is. And for her to come out and talk about it though, is I'm like, oh no, yeah. She's like,
right?
No,
Exactly.
yeah, straight up anxiety. Like she started, I'm getting anxiety just thinking about it, Josh, and I'm like, whoa, calm down. so I understand that. Maybe that's something to do with some very high functioning. They're just getting after it, just woof.
Right.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So who really introduced you guys to the industry and everything?
Well, dude, the timing of it happened. It's kind of crazy. It was a mixture of things. Like, you know, so we had our mainstream photography biz that we were working on, and then COVID happened, right? Yeah. Everything in person went away. Like, couldn't do, you know, family sessions, couldn't do whatever. So like, you know, we weren't hurting or anything like that. We were just kind of, you know, getting through the time like everybody else was. But then, you know, a good friend of ours that we had connected with from up in Albuquerque, Reese Harper, who's Art of Cannabis, phenomenal cannabis photographer also. I know I mean, you're talking about like those deep macros. That's the guy. Anyway, he, got into our ear and was like, dude, you should know that there's a huge need and there's probably a bigger need coming for cannabis photography, for, all kinds of things. And he kind of put that bug in our ear and he said, well, all right, well, maybe that's something we could look into. So literally the very first thing we did when we shot cannabis, we went to a dispensary, bought up a couple things, some flour, some, just like random and other stuff that I didn't even know a whole lot about at the time. I didn't know much about concentrates or anything, but we bought some things and we said, okay, we'll play with it. Well, Reese was cool. He sent us down some like dab tools, some, all these like little things that would kind of help us get going. And that literally, like, I could tell you the date, January 18th of 2021, we created a little, our Fourseas Instagram, we posted our first thing, and it was just like, it just took off like a wildfire straight from there. We enjoyed the process. We enjoyed all that, and all of a sudden it kind of started rolling, man. And thanks to Reese and, just kind of putting that out there, we would not be here if not for that, like just random casual conversation. That's where it stemmed from.
Well, and then you put the work in. You and your wife put the work in, and a lot of people forget that, right? You know what I mean? When you do it, but you have to want to. Like everybody else has opportunities to do things, but you know what I mean. You have to have that passion and the want. You know what I mean? And do the work, like you and your wife obviously have. And so that's wonderful. I mean, yeah, I think that's great.
And then just an opportunity abounded, dude. Like it's just crazy. Like I said, January. And what happened April 1st? All of a sudden now there's a rec market emerging. We're like, oh my God, like this is all coming together. And we knew this is where we wanted to be. And so I'm so glad that we hopped in when we did. And now it's grown to like this bigger thing that we're super excited to see it forward. And now that, tomorrow is happening, I have no idea what to expect because I just think that, the explosion of what's happening in New Mexico is going to be huge for us, for everybody. I'm just like, dude, I don't know, excitement. It's happening. It's cool.
Oh yeah, dude. We're excited too. Like we said earlier, they love the show. We haven't slept much, or I haven't anyway. And it's really exciting and nerve wracking and all that shit. Everything.
Yeah, no. I'm super excited. It's funny because I have, I guess, bittersweet feelings about it too. From being from the old market, starting off with that and everything else and starting off in a very shadow-like world to now it's busted wide open. Everybody could go get it or whatnot. So it's interesting to me. And I'm a very young world person about it. You know what I mean? Those people have seen this longer than I've been alive. So I can't imagine what they're feeling about it. I am super excited though. We're gonna go to one of the retail locations that's opening up tonight here in Las Cruces at 12:01, and we're like we had a yesterday with Colt. Yeah, and then he's part of the Texas Cannabis Coalition.
Cannabis Collected Coalition, or I think Texas Patient Collective, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
That sounds better.
Which there's some people coming in with that, so we're super excited. We're going to be able to host them and visit with them. You know what I mean, and talk with some other people from a different state that are coming here just for the rec market. Yeah. All right. So we've asked about everybody. How long do you think it's going to last? Like, do you think how long till we sell out?
Man, I mean, if I had to guess, I'm hoping that there's still product available on shelves by 420. I don't know. I don't know that there's gonna be, dude. I mean, I don't know. I think it's gonna be wildly popular. I mean, when you say that of people that are coming, obviously everybody's expecting El Paso, Texas. All the eastern side of the state is expecting, Lubbock and all those areas and stuff. But hearing that people are even willing to be coming from Dallas, from like, I mean, you're talking huge, cities where, millions of people, where I'm not expecting a flood of millions, but of course, there's just a lot of people who could wind up here, picking off our shelves. And I don't know. It's exciting. I'm excited for people, but I'm just like, damn, dude. I don't know if it'll last through 420. I hope it does. But
yeah, mine is 6 hours.
Oh shit! So you okay? So me 420. I'm looking like the optimist over here.
Oh man, you're the longest so far. You're the longest one I've talked to about it. Like, yeah, that's where I'm like, oh, he's thinking almost 3 weeks. Oh, yeah. I've only had
I gave it 36 hours.
36 hours. I've had one gentleman with Ryan from Propagation Solutions undercut me at 3 hours, and he's super well. Like, he's been in a lot of markets. Like, that guy is very, very intelligent about the cannabis markets. And, we were talking about it, and I'm like, whoo, because he's in Florida right now doing an install, or helping with installs with a major company that I don't know if I can say. I'll just leave it there, but I'll ask him when I talk to him next time because he's down there in Florida doing a major install for a major company. He's probably one of the he is probably one of the top badasses in the nation for installing for what he does. Like, what I mean? He knows a little bit of everything. So it's cool to know, like, what I mean? Like, that industry's bringing those relationships out, like we were talking earlier, right?
Right.
To be able to, we're sitting here talking to you, you with the photography, right? We're talking about cannabis photography, right? The day before recreation, like the first rec sells. Is that not crazy? How many pictures are going to be taken tomorrow smoking, right?
Right. For real, dude. For real.
We're
And
gonna
just
see
like,
the Snapchat and everything just on the map.
oh, and the lines of people, I'm expecting that everywhere. I mean, I will concede my original opinion of, to 420, because I know that you guys probably know better. If you guys are talking 3 and 6 hours, like, that's mind blowing to me. I believe it though. I believe it.
Well, you know what I mean? I don't know if we know better, or I'm just throwing it out there just because what I'm expecting, and the slowest thing about it is going to be people deciding what they want, or the transaction of giving change back.
Right.
That's going to be it, right? It's going to be how fast you can move stuff. That's the only bottleneck in the system I see.
Yeah.
So it depends how fast they can get people, you know what I mean? And I truly believe there'll be probably 2 to 3 times the amount of cannabis sold on the border than anything in Albuquerque.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
There's just more people in the area, and there's going to be more people willing to drive to the area to smoke. I mean, there's only 2 dispensaries open tomorrow in Sunland, right?
Yeah, Sunland Park has 2 places open tomorrow.
So that means they're going to be coming here,
right? Which we're not. Yeah, I'm not going to go through what companies they are. Everybody can figure it out on their own.
Yeah. We put articles up yesterday on the NMCannaCast Facebook group. You guys can go look and check it out.
Yeah. So,
and that might be one of the only things that even ensures supply come 420 and stuff, is the fact that some of these businesses that are trying to get stuff, wholesale or whatever, won't even have their stores open yet. So maybe.
Well, here's the thing: is on the wholesale thing you mentioned there's about that much running around.
Yeah. The people have been calling us left and right, asking, do you know where wholesale is? We're like,
oh, I was even asking some manufacturers about it. So some different, actually a partner of mine that has manufacturing connections, the part of a company, and he's like, don't have nothing. So. Because there's certain companies out there looking for stuff. There's retail companies that have got their license, can sell, but have nothing to sell to.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if there's people that have product out there and hear this, hit us up, send us an email. Maybe we can get people connected so we can help everybody out. I mean, that's kind of what it's about. It's just crazy to me though, that you got to find that inventory before you open up. The bad company we just talked to, they're not bad people. They're a really good company. It's just the name.
After Breaking Bad.
Right.
What's the name?
Right. I was thinking, I just thought, like just crazy. Yeah. Female owned company. I want to say the B word, like just being a bad B. That's what I thought it was kind of like, because she has that vibe, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just being a boss.
She's a tattoo artist, so she's already really dominant, you know what I mean, in a male dominant industry, you know what I mean? So she
right.
handle her business here's how it is. So that was a cool conversation. And I'm talking about so much because we just had it not too long ago.
No, that's awesome, dude. I can't wait to check that out, because she sounds like a lion, dude. That's badass.
No, her and her husband, another, see, like these teams here, these duos we got going on. That's what I was telling her, because I have another company that's a duo like that. They're veteran owned. And then we had Brian's Green Care on, which is a women owned and veteran owned. So we're getting these women owned companies. Like definitely get some more women owned companies out there, breaking the bro show a little bit. I know it's gonna have to rattle the cage, And the episode we were talking about the bro show, because you know I'm a dude too. I understand. Like I told you have to smack me around sometimes, make me get in my lane when I get out there. So
but you know, let's talk about them a little bit more. You know, we've been kind of getting off a little bit topic, and you know, it happens sometimes in conversations. So you know, we already talked about there's a need for you guys in the industry already. You know, like how much of a need do you think there really is for like this? You know, like I just want to reiterate that.
Honestly, like there's probably more of a need than what my wife and I, the two of us, can supply in the industry. Like there definitely is a need for more creatives in this region, all over New Mexico. I mean, just probably in the cannabis industry as a whole. But I mean, the need is immense. These guys, you know, it is the Wild West right now. There's going to be a huge, you know, influx of new cannabis businesses. All these people, you know, are going to be a voice in the crowd unless they find a way to stand apart. And so part of that is going to be, you know, get some good creatives, get some good marketing, get some, you know, put your stuff out there, whether it's on social media or whatever other, you know, channels become available to the cannabis businesses in the industry. You know, you need to find a way to put your brand voice out there, put your look out there, your culture, whatever it is that can connect you to this huge influx of new consumers. And so, you know, you got to be thinking that direction. I know a lot of these guys, they've put every last cent, blood, sweat, and tears, everything they've got into their grow, into reaching this point. And I'm like, great, you reached the finish line, you built it, you're proud of it. Now let us do our job and go and kill it for you and show everybody the badass top shelf that you're producing. And that's kind of my idea. Or if it's an event or whatever, same kind of deal. Let us show the vibe of your event, how badass it is, because it is badly needed in order to stand apart.
And you know, man, those are really good points tonight. You know, like I appreciate you bringing them up, and I appreciate you guys, you know, really just us touching on the base that how much you guys are needed. With that being said, in your guys' business and everything, how far are you guys really willing to drive? Because you even said yourself, you guys won't be able to really cover this whole industry. And I guess the second question would be, you mentioned earlier on our conversation off camera about a social media startup thing. You know, could you talk about that too after you finish the first question? Sorry about two.
Yeah, so kind of going into the first one about how far we're willing to go. I mean, dude, for the right projects, we'll go anywhere. Like, you know, of course, we go between here, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, you know, all over New Mexico. You know, Las Cruces is our base, so we're down in the south. You know, so we're serving, you know, this region most of all. But I mean, dude, I'll shoot all over the state. We'll go to California. We'll go to Colorado. You know, we're here for the industry, the culture, no matter, you know, where it's at, what's happening. I would love to be, you know, invited to these places and go check out the scenes that are happening and just kind of see what's, you know, keep our finger on the pulse of what's going on across the entire nation in cannabis. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool with all that. So yeah, we'll go anywhere basically. If anybody's watching and thinking about, you know, hey, I might need somebody, we'll go.
If the money's right.
Well,
don't be ashamed by it. Don't be ashamed about it, man. You got to pay for people's craft sometimes, you know?
Yeah. And I appreciate you saying that, because there's a lot of, you know, looking for trade and things like that. And, you know, I'm looking for really, really good clients with really cool stuff. And, you know, I want to vibe with people, but yeah, it's a business. That's true.
Definitely. Yeah. Respect yourself as a business.
Yeah.
You know, definitely.
Those cameras ain't free. Them lenses ain't free. Like, I know. I have photographer friends and they're like, oh, this lens is blah, 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 thousands. I'm like,
yeah, they're not cheap.
I'm like, well, if you drop it, oh, it's broke. I'm like,
that's in there.
Right? I'm like, oh, like, to keep it over there, we're good. I won't even look at it. I'm over here.
Does it come with its own suitcase?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Its own bubble to keep it in so it doesn't break and cost you thousands. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, you know, don't be ashamed, you know, to talk about something like that, you know, of course.
Yeah.
But what about the second part, you know, your social media startup? How about that?
Yeah. So, I mean, the other thing that we offer, so of course we do the creative, you know, we shoot, you know, everything, but for businesses that are just starting out, you know, there's a whole bunch of brand new cannabis businesses that are going to be opening their doors tomorrow. And I talked about this earlier, was about, you know, everybody's put everything into their grow. They're just getting, I know people are having even trouble getting staffing and stuff right now. So we do this thing called, it's basically the social media startup. And so what I'll do is I will basically act as your social media manager. We can do your content creation. We help, you know, establish what your brand voice looks like, what your culture is. And we put that out there on the different social media channels. And we also keep an eye on things like, some social media channels, you guys know this, are not cannabis friendly or are mildly cannabis friendly. And there's little nuances that we have to kind of keep an eye on. So I can do that because they may not have the capacity to have staffing for that or somebody who's doing that specifically. And so the idea being the startup is eventually I would like to roll that off. I'll manage it for you as long as you need me, as long as it's convenient. It's one less thing that these owners and growers or whatever have to worry about. But eventually, once they get their staffing and they've got somebody, they got their whole process going, I'm happy to pass that off to them. I'll train that person, show them what I do, what I've kept an eye on, things like that, since I already do that for our own socials, right? And yeah, so basically kind of help pass that torch down the line. Yeah. And I think that'll be a huge benefit for these businesses who are just getting, they're getting the ball rolling, right? And yeah, that's my idea. Is another way I can kind of help these businesses get off the ground, because a lot of them haven't even thought towards social media yet, or have just barely started it, posted a logo or something. So I want to take it further for them and help them, get their message out there.
Definitely. I mean, get in, do your job, train your replacement, get out. I mean, Josh tells me shit like that all the time.
Yeah. And then, a whole package things. You have professional photographers to help take pictures of the products, your storefronts, things like that. It's a whole list of great things. So, you just definitely gotta be appreciative of it. And to have that option, right? Like you said, when you get in the market, right, and you're new to a market, this is just my 2 cents, and I don't know anything, but I'm going to give you my 2 cents. You have a market share, right? Then we talk about the pie. The pie is the market share. Like, it's huge. So when you even increase that market share by 1%, it might be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars to you, or even millions. It depends what your market share is, right? And this is all just mathematical numbers and where you're looking at your market share. So definitely hiring some projects like this and doing this early on, even, you know what I mean, and being bootstrapped funding and everything. But by doing this and investing now, you're more likely to catch that back on the back end and dividends of 6 to 7 figures if you do it right. Just saying, it could happen. I mean, or, you could go bankrupt. Those are the two options in the cannabis industry. I'm just letting you know, it's going to take work either way. So if you're going to work it and you got a good plan, you're going to, it's going to be part of in there. It's going to be your marketing, talking about like you were saying earlier, the quality of cannabis you're growing and everything else, and be able to showcase that in a proper setting with pictures and lighting. And that stuff is huge. It makes huge differences. I don't know how many times just with photos from my friends that, that have took pictures, they're like, oh my God. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't take that.
Yeah. Especially with like our background and stuff like that.
I'm over here with my phone's all jacked up. Yeah.
So, I mean, with that being said, and I appreciate you talking, is there anything else you want to talk about the social media startup?
I just think it'll be helpful, man. I think of, this whole thing emerging right now. Think of like a motocross race when everybody takes off out the gate, dude. Who's going to get the whole shot? Who's going to be the leader? Who's going to come out and establish themselves as, a popular brand, or as, somebody that reaches, such and such demographic? There's these opportunities to reach these niche markets within this really, really wide set of new consumers, right? So, who's going to take that charge? And I think having a good voice, a good message, a good social media, really good imagery out the gates is going to be what really can help people set themselves apart. So, I mean, it's almost a no-brainer to me. And if you're not having that stuff done in-house, got to outsource it. And we're those people for it.
Right. And you have all the professional equipment and the knowledge and everything. No, I agree. Like, you know what I mean? Specialized. Like I'm in the world of specializing stuff in efficiency and stuff like that. I get it 110%. And, stuff that's no brainers. Some people just don't think about, they're new to business and stuff like that. So it's, it'll be interesting. The more people that get into it, will get their market share. Like I said, it will help be a big, and I didn't, it was great points about the niche markets, right? And running towards cultures and different things like that. I love that, because it's so true and it's overlooked all the time. So yeah, your niche market might be out there, and just even the way the way you take pictures of it, right? Like from black and whites to certain lightings and stuff, it give you that vibe, that feeling, that culture, like you're talking about. That, you know what I mean? That when I see certain pictures, I'm like, yeah, I like that.
Well, that's it, man. For us, I mean, we do things in kind of a different way. We take a lifestyle approach. We try to kind of demystify cannabis to kind of help these new people coming into the market, sure, and we want to make it look like it belongs in anybody's household. I don't care if it's a mid 50s, mom or whatever. We want to make sure that it's demystified, it looks less scary, whatever it is for these people that are just coming into the market. And that's why we'll do any kind of product stuff like that. That way you could see it in your home and it just doesn't look like the big scary monster that some people think cannabis is. You know what I mean? Like,
definitely.
it's that's an important aspect, but and then we can go a little further with that and really make it look as high quality as what you're trying to portray.
Oh, definitely. And maybe one day, social media will also get friendlier once federal legalization happens, and won't have to worry about that and make it easier on people like yourself. So
you're working on killing the stigma.
Exactly.
Completely killing the stigma, and that's all we can keep working on right now. We're federal legalization's a work in progress, and killing the stigma is part of it. It is going to be the work that's done before federal legalization. So
definitely,
yeah,
sure.
I feel you. Make it not such a devil's lettuce and a monster.
Yeah. Right. No one wants a monster. Yeah,
exactly.
but yeah. So anyway, let's get down to actually our last topic. We won't be long on this one, but we're going to talk about second mouse gets the cheese. And, that can happen in almost any situation, not even in the cannabis industry. I mean, this happens in any kind of saturated market or, something like that. Josh, go ahead and lead this one.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows. Yeah. I'm thinking about it. Second mouse gets the cheese. Like we've talked about it multiple times where people go in and the retail location is going to be hot. Maybe we should start doing like an investment thing. Huh? Like, maybe, hey, the investment property to look into will be the retail here in the next 6 to 8 months because you will find great deals. Because of the inventory shortages and stuff that's going on. I know we make light of it, and it's really not light for when it does actually happen to people's businesses. So I want to make everybody aware of that. We're just keeping everything fun and friendly, and the cannabis world is a savage industry. So people will go out of business, and it will be a higher percentage than normal guys. So, by doing stuff like we were talking like right here, right now with the, marketing package and the social media package and these professional pictures and using people that have that in, that'll help you not be the not set up somebody else for the second mouse, right?
Right.
You don't want to, you don't want to catch the trap, right? Everybody, you don't want to be that mouse. Just keep it, leave it there. Don't even get into it. And this is just kind of things that'll help you. So, that's a huge thing to look at, guys. To think about. So yeah, just don't try to be the first mouse, guys, and do things to better off. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's a game of percentages. It's one of those things that, the guys at the top, you're going to have your, elite 10% that are really killing it in the game. You're going to have the guys in the middle that are doing well. They're going to be doing well enough or breaking even. But then there's going to be that, that small percentage of the bottom, or maybe not so small, we don't know, of people that unfortunately can't keep up. They, it's sad. Like you say, it's a tough thing to talk about, but it's the reality of business. There's going to be people that, they're going to drop out eventually, and there's going to be some opportunists to come in there and swoop up. So, having a strong marketing game, having, strong creative coming out, and putting your money in the right places to help establish your business will ensure that you're not in that bottom percentage that's, going to be looking for something else, the next plan after it doesn't come through for you. So I think that's all connected in that way.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I agree. And, once you get to that point, it's kind of hard to get back. So, you just want to avoid it as much as possible. So, but yeah, but that's really all I had for this conversation. Josh pretty much hit every point that I could probably make, because we've had this conversation, I don't know how many times, just talking in conversation now or living in the living room, whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had. But I really wanted us to really touch base on that. And Koko, thank you for your perspective on that and everything. That was great. And thank you so much for joining us. It was really great having you on, and we look forward to having you on again and working with you more, because you're just down the street. So you're here in the same town in Cruces, so you're local, and it's kind of nice to have you around. So go ahead and give the people your outro and your any kind of shout outs you'd like to give.
Well, for sure, man. Well, thank you guys for having me, dude. This has been awesome. I'm real thankful that you guys, thought to have me on and let me kind of talk my piece about all this stuff. I'm happy to do this anytime, man. You guys got stuff you want to talk about? I'm always down to talk, cannabis, talk, nerd stuff. I don't care. Whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm down. But, if I got to wrap it up here, I want to thank, you guys again for having me. We talked about, we've been in the game now, in the cannabis game for a year, but there's people like you guys that have been into it for a number of years. People like, who is it, Valerie Hubbard, that's been in the game a long, long time. And honestly, I know it's bittersweet, it's bittersweet seeing the progress, but people like me and many others are standing on the shoulders of people like her. people like you guys, that have built this industry from just the very conceptual ideas. So anybody that took part in, establishing legislation, keeping an eye on everything that's going on, they gave me an industry to work in. And so I'm thankful for them. I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful, of course, for my wife, the real badass creative that's making, all these exciting images and stuff like that. Yeah. It's allowing me to do, the job that I want to do, and it's be here doing this kind of stuff and taking part in cannabis events and stuff. So lots of people to thank, and I'm looking forward to everything that, sampling all the stuff that the cannabis industry is producing, because that's the most exciting part. Is I cannot wait to start taste testing all these, badass products coming out. Like, as an enthusiast, this is super exciting to me. So thank you guys. Thanks everybody.
Oh, no problem, man. And thank you for coming on again. And Josh.
Oh, no. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching, and, do us a favor, share it to everybody. Spread the word about the New Mexico CannaCast, get that out there. And mad love to everybody. And we are less than 11 and a half hours away.
We're close to 10 hours. Yeah.
Close,
so at the time of recording.
At the time of recording. We're getting there. And we're getting prepped for the 1201.
Yeah. So 1201, we're going to be out there. We're going to be trying to do interviews with people in the street. Well, not in the street, in line. And I'm thinking we're going to meet a lot of Texans.
I don't know. We'll find out. Hey, maybe we'll take a poll, right? And see, like, local, non-local, you know what I mean? Because I guess we could even do Texans, but I don't want to discriminate too much.
Yeah, me neither. So, but thank you guys. We'll see y'all tonight if you're going to be there. And Josh, get us out of here.
Hey, cool. Well, thank you for watching the New Mexico CannaCast, guys. Everything New Mexico, everything cannabis, living the dream, having great stuff. We're 11 and a half hours away from legalization and rec sales. God bless everybody. I want everybody to win. So get out there and win, everybody. Thank you.